Hi there and welcome to my ICT Hub. This is John, your ICT tutor. Today we will be solving the database aspect of the February March 2023 paper 2-1 of the IGCSE ICT. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's start. Okay, go to the question. Here we have the Cambridge IGCSE paper, Information and Communication Technology. That's paper 2-1 February March 2023. I have produced a video where I solved the document production. You can want to catch up with that video. There's a link dropped in my description that can take you to where that video is. Okay, let's go straight to the database. Okay, here we are on the database. Let's start a question. Students at the Tawara High School are placed in one of 4 groups which are called houses. These houses are Jupiter, Mars, Neptune, and Saturn. You are now going to prepare some reports based on school tests. Like we should have known, the database will always test you. IGCSE testing database about the 4 objects of database. That's the tables, the reports, the forms, and the queries. All right, so let's get in. The first one is going to be the table. Using database software, import the file m23tests.csv. Do not import the English field. Okay, that means we are going to exclude that field. Now let's see, these are the data types, and the registration code is going to be the primary key. All right, let's get that file. All right, let me open my Access. I'm using Access 2021, just so you might know. Let's go with a blank one. I'm going to call that February March 2023 paper 2-1. Okay. Oh, sorry. Guess the name February March 2023 paper. Let me just stop there and see. Okay, there we have that. Let's import text file. Let's browse to where we have that. Okay, that's gonna be here. We have tests. Okay, next we click next button. Here ensure you select this to select that the first row are the field names, and we click on next. Okay, here we have to check the data types, but remember we were told to exclude English, and here we can see the field. So you want to go to advanced and locate English. So we can see the English scores, and on this section which is skip, you have to check on that so that that will be excluded. Then you click on your OK, and you can see okay, that will be skipped. Even though it is there, we will ensure it will be skipped. So let's move on and let's see the data types. All right, from the question, the first one says text, text, text. Okay, down to the house code will all be text. So we have short text, short text, short text, 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 text. Okay. Then the next one we have maths, science, design, and science. Like computer science and science here are all numbers in 0 decimal places. Okay, here we have maths, integer. English is going to be skipped, so we can leave that. Here we have computer science. We have that. And lastly, okay, they are all in their proper data types. So we click on next. To select our primary key, it says registration code should be the primary key. So you select this. Let's confirm that from our question. Okay, registration code is the primary key. So we select that, click on next, and let's finish. Okay, let's take a look at that. Do we have English? All right, like you can see maths, computer science, design, and science. The English has been skipped as we were instructed. All right, I think the next thing, let's see, save the data. Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the field names, data types, and primary key used in the table. So you want to go to your design view. Here I have my field names. Okay, not fully displayed. Let me adjust my screen. Okay, now it's fully displayed. All right, so here's showing the field names. We have the data types, you see numbers, and then we have the primary key. So let's take a screenshot of that. Take a screenshot ensuring that it's all fully visible. and let's paste that in the evidence document. Okay, I drop that. Let me bring the title down. Okay, there, that's it. Let's move on back to our datasheet view. The next question: import the file m23houses.csv as a new table in your database. Set the house code field as the primary key. House code. We are inserting houses, so I want to go to my external data, text file. Okay, this time we are bringing in houses, so we have houses up there. Let's pick that. Okay, select this. Here we have house. They're all, it was not specified, so whatever access speaks is taken. Then we have house code as the primary key, and then we finish with that. Okay, let's take a look at the question again. House code. Next one says examine this as the staff.csv to identify the most appropriate field to use as a primary key. Okay, to do that we need to go to where the source files are. Let's open the sorry, not that, beg your pardon, looking at that. So we want to go to the staff.csv. Okay, now which should be the primary key? To do that, the primary key is the field that has the unique data. So go to your conditional formatting and let's click to ensure there are no duplicates. Okay, click on OK. And make this visible. All right, so the only field here that doesn't have duplicates is the class code. All right, so we've seen that. Let's close and save. And let's go back to Access as we import that. Okay, we want to import the staff. It's a staff. So ensure you select this head. Okay, then we want to, okay, let's be sure that are we giving any data types? Okay, no, we weren't. Only says import this as a new table in your database using the field as the primary key. That's this field that was selected. So we click next, and we know class code is our primary key, and it's in. So let's check staff. And let's also check the houses. This is for students, and that's for houses. Okay, they are both in. Next question says, place in your evidence document screenshot evidence showing the field names as two tables, data types, and the primary key used in each table. All right, so let's go back to our design view. This is for the first table. Let's take a screenshot of that. Sorry. Alright, I'm taking a screenshot showing the field name, the data types, and the primary key, and I'm going to drop that in my evidence document. Then go to the next table, which is staff. Okay, let's take a screenshot of that. And I take that screenshot and I'm going to drop it below. Okay, so those are the two evidence documents. We have both tables showing the primary key, the field names, and the data types. We have the primary key, field names, and the data types. So we go back to a question. Question 20. Edit the following record in the test table. That is registration code in the test table. Let me copy this because I'll need to locate that in that table. Okay, so let's go to the test table from the registration code. So I want to find, go with your Control F for the shortcut. Then let me paste that there and locate. Okay, here it is. It has found it. And we are editing class code change from 6B to 6T. So I have my class code here, 6B to 6T. right, and ensure you save. Okay, that is done. Check your data for errors, data entry for errors, and save data. So that has been saved. Let's move on. Now it says create a one-to-many relationship between. Now when creating relationship, it's very important that you follow the pattern in which the question gives you. It says primary key field, the primary key field of the staff table and the class code table. Sorry, the class code of the test table. Primary key of the staff table and the class code of the test table. So let's go in. Let's start with external data. Sorry, data. So one open relationships. We'll be needing the three tables. We have the staff and we have the test table. Okay, let's make that. Okay, so we are going. Sorry, let's check the question again. Primary key of the staff table. So we have the staff table. This is the primary key. And then the class code of the test table. So here we have the test table and we have the class code here. So we're going to be moving from this and dropping it on the class code cable. So we have the class code from the staff. We have class code from the test, one-to-many relationship, and that is created. The next says the primary key of the house table and the house code field of the test table. So we go to the house. The primary key is house code. We are coming to the house code in the, that's this. So you click and you drop that on the house code. Okay, let's create that. Kind of bring this here since it's going to be with both tables. So let's continue. Place in your evidence document screenshots showing the one-to-many relationship between the tables. So let me pick this first. Double click. Take a screenshot with this. Okay, that's the first, showing the one-to-many relationship. I'm gonna go to the next. Okay, that's here. Drop that. That's the first one. Okay, now I come to the second one. Open it up and also take a screenshot because we have two relationships in this table. So we would have more than one screenshot. Okay, yes, so the two screenshots have been taken care of. Okay, you want to move the title here to the next page. Okay. All right, fine. This might. Okay, let's continue with the question. Our next question says, using table fields, from all tables, produce a tabular report. Now we are going to be creating a query for this. What would the report be like? It's going to select the records where the gender is female, that's F, science is 80 or more. The class code contains 6. Now shows only the fields, family name, gender, teacher name, science, maths, computer science, design technology, house name, and class code in this order with data and labels displayed in full. Do not group the data. It's also going to sort the data into ascending order of teacher name and descending order of science. Now, I advise that the first these first two bullets will be done in the query, and others here will be done in the report view. So let's start with the query. Let's initiate the query. Okay, we go to create a query. Here we have a query group, so we are using a query design. I'm picking, it says from all 3 tables. Okay, so we have all the 3 tables fully visible there. Okay, now let's take a look at the required fields. Family name, gender, teacher name. So we have a family name. Family name is here. Double click that. Family name, gender. Let's confirm next. Family name, gender, we have teacher name, science, and maths. Family name, now you drop the gender. Okay, another with gender, teacher name. Okay, then the teacher name, we have science, maths, computer. So we go to subjects here. Okay, here we have a science. The science is in here. We have science. Pardon, science is below here. Okay, science. Double click that. Then we have maths. Is it computer before design? Yes, computer science, then design technology. Computer science, design technology. Okay. Then we have house name, class code. So here we should have a house name here. Okay. Then the class code. Well, you just pick from any of the two. They're likely going to be the same thing. Okay, we have the class code in this order. All right, so we have selected all in that order. Let's run it to take a look at what it's going to look like. Good, so we have all the required fields fully displayed. Now, the condition or the criteria says the gender is female. Science is 80 or more, so let's go back to the design view. Under the gender, on the criteria section, it says it should be F. So we're just going to type F there. Sorry, tap. I beg your pardon. Just want to type in quotes. I'm just going to be typing F. Okay, for female. Let's run that to see. Okay, you can see just female returned. The next one says science is 80 or more. So here we have science, the criteria, we have 80 or more. That's going to be greater than or equals to 80. Let's run that again. Okay, so we have the science scores 80 or more. And lastly, we have the class code contains 6. Contains 6. So we have class code. So we have in like, because it's contains, so it's not like it's starting with or ending with. So we are going to have our asterisk before and after. So I have my asterisk 6 asterisk, and then we have the quotes. Let me zoom in so you can see for those using mobile devices. Okay, take a look at it. We have like the quotes asterisk 6 asterisk and then the other quotes. So that's what that is going to look like. Let's run it, and you can see we only have class code where we have 6 in it, and we have returned only 27 records. Let's check is there any. So those are the 6 criteria. Now let's export these to the report. Let's save this query first. I save it as query 1, and then let's create a report. So we go to the report wizard. Remember, it shouldn't be grouped. I pick all the data from query 1 in that order. Now it's not grouped. If I select this, you can see this is grouped by teacher name and class code. This is grouped by house name, but this is not grouped. So this is what we want to select. Do not select. I don't advise you use the sort here. Just keep this, because if you do, it's going to disorganize your table, the arrangement of your fields when you get to your report. So here, let's look at the orientation from the question. It says just the orientation. Let's see, has a single orientation page of landscape. Okay, page orientation of landscape. Click on next, and let's just finish on that. All right, here we are on the print preview. You want to close this, and let's finish up. I prefer doing this in my layout view. So let's take the other questions. Now it says sort data into the ascending order of teacher name. So you go to your report layout design, then you click on group and sort. Add the first sort, which is teacher name. It says ascending order. The first one here is always the ascending order. The lower one is the descending order, in case you get confused. That's the first. Then the second one says, I hope I choose teacher name, good. And now says, and descending order of science. So you want to go back to the question, add another sort, this time science in descending order. So I'm picking the lower one. Okay, once you are done, just click on this tool. Please do not close it from here. Just click on the same tool, and let's see. Teacher's name, ascending order, yes, and science in descending order. Okay, you can see that. Okay, we are in order. The next thing says calculate the number of students and place these at the end of the report. So we want to calculate number of students we want to count. So I'm just going to pick one of the fields. Let me go with this field, and let's go to the total filters, and sorry, total. Okay, here we want to count the records, not the values, and it will place that below 27. Okay, now has the label new science group size. Please take notes when you are typing in your information, your data, ensure that it is always accurate. So this should be placed fully visible to the left of this value. All right, here we have the value. To insert this, you have to go to your design view. Here we have it. Go to your design and pick labels from the controls. Draw it just to the left of this and type in instruction there. Okay, so let's go back to the layout view to see that. Okay, it's to the left, although it's far away from it. I might want to bring it closer. I guess this was aligned to the right. Let me just align it to the left. Okay, so this is closer to it. Can align this to the right. Yes. Okay, so let's go back. The next thing says page orientation of landscape. We did that. Fit on a single page wide. Okay, we are gonna, if you close this now, you see the broken lines here, which shows the limit of the page. So it fits on a single page wide, and now includes this title STEM science class for 2024. Let's highlight that. Displayed in larger font size, fully visible at the top of the report. So I'll go to the top of the report. Here's the title. Type in that, fully visible at the top of the report. Displays your name, center number, and candidate number in the footer so it appears in the same position on every page. Make sure no other data is displayed in the footer. So right now, if we take a look at the footer, we have two things displayed, so we need to get rid of those ones. To do that, we go to our design view. Here we have the footer. So we want to delete this, and then insert a label. The location was not specified, so you might want to be at the left, the center, wherever you want to set your details. You're at liberty to do that. Okay, once that is done, then let's check it in our layout view. All right, that's the information there. We have this to the left, and now placing your evidence document screenshots showing the database formula used to calculate the number of students. For leave, let's take that. Okay, here this is what we need, the count. So I'm gonna do a screenshot. Just showing this too. Okay, and I'm gonna paste that in the evidence document. Okay, now once that is done, the next thing to do before you leave is to ensure that everything is fully visible. So let's check the titles. Okay, we can see some titles here are not visible. I want to move this using my arrow keys. If you hold down the shift, you can resize the width. Holding down your shift key and your arrow keys can resize the width. Let's just spread this and make sure we have all our data fully visible. Ensure you do not overlap those grid lines because that's the limit of the page. Okay, I'll bring this in. Do this quickly. Just save your time. All right, then I click this and move it together. Then let's reduce the width of this. Okay, here I have, let me expand this. Design technology, bring the values below it. Here we have, let's expand this, take it backwards. It's just science, so it doesn't need to be so wide. Bring this, and then it is. Okay, let's expand this and see what it is. All right, it's also maths, doesn't need to be too wide. Here I have my maths there. Bring the values underneath it, and let's see what is this. Okay, computer science. Now we need space for this, so let's just move all of this together. Hold down my shift key as I click on this. let's move all in that way. All right. Then I move my values. Okay, so everything, all titles are fully visible. Let's ensure this is placed still under the same. Just have that there. Okay. Yes, so let's take a look at this in the print preview. Okay, do we have it on a single page? We have a few overlaps, so to fix that, you want to go to your design view. Sorry, not the print. Go to the print preview. Let's go to your design view and see where we have spaces, and we want to close up all our spaces. Let me close up from here. I think here I have a little space I can close up from here. Ensure all your fields are the right location so as to close up the space. Okay, now I don't want that overlapping. Okay, now let's take a look at that. Now once that is done, let's see it in the layout view. Okay, spaces are closed in the print preview. Yes, and that's in one page now. All details are fully visible, and now we have it on a single page. All right, that's much better. Then I could print that. Once again, print it to PDF. Let's ensure we are printing it into the same location. We could call this printout 2. Okay, once that is printed, let's go to our evidence documents and let's confirm what we have done. Okay, yes, all are fully visible. It's in the sort. Yes, this is in sending and descending. This is visible. All right, so let's move to the next question. Next question says, using fields from all tables again, produce a tabular report. Once again, that's select only the records where the class code is 5C, the house name is mass, shows only these fields. Okay, and in this order, and labels displayed in full. Do not group the data. Remember, like I said, we do these aspects in a query, and every other thing can be done in the report. So let's go and go back to work on that. Let's create another query. Close this. Let's go to create, query design, pick from the 3 tables again. Right. All right, make that fully visible. Now let's get our required fields. The fields are gender, family name, given name, and house name. Let's start with the gender. Should be here. We have a gender, family name. Is that family name? Yes, given name. Okay, family name, given name. Then we have house name, maths, computer science. House name should be here. House name. Then we have the subject maths, computer science. Okay, then we have teacher name in this order. Teacher name should be here. Okay, we have it in that order. Let's run it to see. Okay, yes, it's all sorted out. Let's go back to our design view. Now, what are the criteria? It says the class code is 5C and house name is maths. But if you take a look at the fields here, we don't have class code as one of the required fields. So we are going to drop the class code. So we get a class code and let's add it in. When we are going to the reports, to create the report, you can exclude the class code from that. But for now, we need it in this query. So it says it's 5C. Let's confirm. Class code is 5C. So just put that in quotes, 5C. Let's run that to see. Okay, yes, we have 5C as the class code. Sorry, design view. The next one says the house name is mass. So So I want to go to house name. In the criteria there, it's just the exact thing, so put it in quotes again, MARS. Okay, and let's run it to see. All right, we have mass, we have 5C. That's about it. Okay, now let's move over to the report. Let's save this first. That's query 2. Then we want to create a report. Now using query 2, all the fields except for this last class code. All right, so remember we have to drop the class code. It wasn't in the required field. So we go with next. It's not grouped. Like I showed you earlier on, this is grouped by house name. This is grouped by teacher name, but this is not grouped. So we go with this. We don't want to group here either. Do not sort here. And let's check the orientation. Question says the orientation has a page orientation of portrait. So we are going with portrait. Okay. And then let's finish up here. Okay, here we have our data. That's the report. Now it says sort the data into ascending order of gender and ascending order of family name. Close your print preview. Here under the report design, group and sort, you can click let me just confirm that. Ascending order of gender. So let me select ascending order of gender. Ascending order, add another sort, family name. Family name or teacher name. Yes, family name still in ascending order. Okay, now I want that still in ascending. Okay, so once we are done with the tool, we can close this tool. Let's change the layout view to see that. Gender, ascending order, yes, and within then we have ascending also of family name. Okay, now let's go to the next. It fits on a single page. Calculate the average maths mark in this selection and positions this number below the maths column. So we have the maths column here. Let's take a look at this. Let's expose this, make it bigger. Okay, yes, so we want to calculate the average for maths. Right click, go to your total maths, and we click on average. It's going to be placed below it here. Okay, now it says displays the average mark with 0 decimal place. Can see we don't have a 0 decimal place, so we think that is taken care of. Includes the total average maths score fully visible to the left of this value. So let's go here in the design view, and we want to place that in a label to the left of the maths score. Okay. Sorry, let me draw that again. Okay, let's make this wider. Okay, yes, so that's the detail, so we can see everything fully displayed. Now what's the next thing we have to do? It says includes this title Year 5 test report for maths. Okay, let's copy that. Displayed in a larger font, fully visible font size at the top of the report. Ensure when you are typing this, you do not make any mistake. You can either do this in the layout view or in the design view. All right, let's check it out in the layout view. Yes, it's there. We have this. And now this is good. Once we expanded it, you can see now this is not in 0 decimal place. So you select on this, you want to go to the property sheet. Let's change that format to, here you want to change the format first. Change the format first. Let me zoom in so those of us using mobile data devices or small device can see. Okay, here we have the format. You want to change the format. First, I'll go with fixed. Then decimal place set to 0. Okay, once we do that, let's escape it. All right, so you can see the value has been calculated. It's in a single decimal place. Let's align that to the left. Okay, so that Yes, just the way we want it under the maths. Now let's continue. So it has your name, center number, candidate number displayed at the bottom of the report. Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the database formula used to calculate the average mark. Okay, just before we get that, let's quickly place a name, center number. We don't want this, so you can get rid of this. Get a label. I want to place this at the middle now. John NG, something like that. Okay, use this. Now to get a screenshot of this, let's do a screenshot. Yes. So if I go to my layout view now, okay, yes, I have my detail there. So let's go back to evidence document. Place this here. Okay. Let's go back to the question. I haven't done that. Now save and print your report. Let's save this, and you could go to the print preview. Okay, here we have it on a single page. Okay, just before you print the report, ensure that all data are fully visible. I think here we need to move this. Let's move this. Okay. Right. Okay, there. Let's see. All right, this is just maths. Move it in there. This should be computer science. Let's move this and see. Okay, yes. So here we have computer science. Move the grades there. Okay, then average mark. Remember, it should still be below maths. So you want to move this, sure it's below maths. Good. And they are all fully visible. Yes, now then to print out, you go to your, now I go to your print preview. Let's go to your print preview. It's on a single page, all fully visible. So now the PDF, we click on the print. Okay, let's call that printout 3. Okay, and let's check that in a print. Okay, now this prints out 1. Sorry, yes, printout 3. Okay, so we have that displayed, fully displayed. You can see your name below. Then we have the average mark below maths, and all documents or fields and data are fully displayed. Okay, now let's go to the last question. Sorry. Last question now says, export the reports created at step 23 in a portable document format. Okay, and we just printed in PDF. But to do the export, I will also show you how to do the export instead. It says save the exported file in your work area with the file name. So you could either export or print in PDF, but let me show you how to do the export. Alright, to export with this file name, we go back to, let's close this. Let's go back to, this is the report. Click on, just right click there, you go to export, and then you can click on PDF, or you click on it, come to your external data. Here under the exports group, you have the different formats. So if you click on PDF, still take you to the same place. You give the name, we are giving year 5, and publish that. Okay, there you will see it's exported. Like we can see, just we actually printed it initially, we print out 3. Now here we have it exported. It's just the same thing still in the export, but they will need an evidence. Yes, now says place in your evidence document a screenshot to show the exponents, the exported file, beg your pardon, saved in your work area. Make sure there is evidence of the file name and the file type. So we want to go to your evidence documents. Here we have the file with the extension to show the file name and the file type. If you want to screenshot, let me screenshot that. You might want to screenshot other details here, but this basically shows the detail. But if you want to do this, show other details, but with the name and the file extension here, it already answers the file name and the file type. So let's jot that in evidence document. Okay, and once that is done, let's go back to the question. All right, I think that should be all for this section. So if you like what you have seen, if you've watched, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button and also the notification bell so that when I release another video, you will be notified. I have released videos for the still on the same question. I released the video on the document production and on the data on the presentation, that's the PowerPoint. The links are in the description below that takes you to those videos if you need to watch them and to learn from it. And I wish you all the best. Remember, always practice. It's always good to practice after you've gone through sessions of training like this so you can be sure and confident of yourself. Till I see you in my next video. Have a nice time.